You have an iPhone?
I have some iPhones.
Made by Apple, right?
Yes.
Who runs Apple? Tim Cook.
Yes.
Tim Cook's the CEO of Apple.
Yes.
$3 trillion company. Most successful company in the world. You know, Tim Cook has a board of directors. And what do?
Tell them what to do.
They come in and they give him advice based on their filters, based on their knowledge, their background, their experience. And Tim Cook sits with his board of directors probably every quarter and gets advice from all these people on how to run the biggest, most successful, most profitable company in the world. If Tim Cook needs a board of directors to help him make decisions, what makes you think as a new or young entrepreneur that you can do it all yourself?
Yeah. One of the things that I think is that I see happening as people move past the creation of the business mode into multi-million or multi-8-figure or 9-figure is the divergent paths of the ego getting bigger or the ego getting smaller. I think this is something that humans probably struggle with forever, right? Their whole life. But somewhere along the line for me, part of my ego started to erode once I was comfortable with my own level of success. And that allows me, it gave me permission to start to fucking listen to other people and recognize that I was saying things as if I knew because I was wrapped up in my own ego. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to look successful to people. And the irony, of course, is that almost all successful people, and I think most people in general, just want the vulnerability and appreciate it so much more when you just get to the truth of a situation and say, oh, I don't know how to do that. And you can say, that's awesome. I do know how to do it. Let me tell you about it. But you never get there if you don't just let go of the ego.
You know, these psychology tests they do, they call it your learned traits and your natural traits, right? So early in my career, my learned traits in colors, I was all red. Like if I went under stress, it was all me, all my decisions, do it my way or the highway, get out of my way, you know, whereas if I'm comfortable, I turned more into blue, which is let's be collaborative and let's make decisions together and let's make the best choices going forward, right? The problem is that when you're a young entrepreneur and you're stressing over that couple $1,000s, you're all red because, you know, if this thing's going down in flames, you know, I have to be in control. I have to do this. I have to. And yet when you're comfortable, when you have enough money in the bank and, you know, this isn't going to break you, it's now you can be more collaborative in your efforts. And I think that's exactly what you're talking about. It's learned versus natural. It's a whole different world when you have the resources to the point that whatever you're doing isn't going to affect your life. Right? I know that if I put $100,000 in a business today and lose it, whatever. Just built this restaurant. I sunk $500,000 into it. If it fails, okay. I look at the lease. I have a 3-year guarantee on the lease. It's $250,000 a year. So that'd be $750,000. Okay. I don't have to stress over the fact that this is going to ruin my life, my family, and my future, which makes me way more collaborative in my decision making.
Yeah, that's a great lesson. I didn't think about it, or I haven't thought about it that way. But what I've started to realize is that, and this is, I think, in the Venn diagram in the middle somewhere here, that also allows a controlling person to be more comfortable delegating or empowering others, right? When you know that the mistake that could be made by the other person isn't going to be catastrophic,
right?
To you personally.
Not going to ruin your life.
Yeah.
People that work for me, like we just closed a restaurant and they were like, oh my God, how do you feel about it? I'm like, didn't work, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Or something bad happens and they'll be like, why aren't you excited about this? Well, because I can look at my entire life and tell you every bad thing that ever happened to me was literally a stepping stone to something better. I didn't see it at the time, and you have to go far into the future and look back to actually see the progression. But every bad thing turned into something better. Every time. Now, whether that is a law of nature or that it's just the fact that I take that negative, I learn, and I move on, you know, we can argue that point. I tend to think, you know, you ever heard this? You have to fail to succeed. It's like a cliche, right? I've heard people say, oh, just keep failing and failing and failing and pretty soon you'll succeed. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Because the critical piece they're missing is the learning piece. You have to fail and learn. Every failure should have a post-failure assessment of what happened, why it went wrong, and what you're not going to do in the future. If you're not doing those post-failure assessments, then you're just going to go make the same stupid mistake again, right? So it's fail, learn. Fail, learn, succeed, which is my whole life. Fail, fail, fail. It's just dumb.
Well, I think that we both know a lot of people, and you see people routinely, that there's a misconception that you can not have a somewhat successful business and still not really have product market fit, right? There are a lot of fucking people on the planet, and you can do a really shit job of starting a company and get it to $1 million, a couple million, a few million a year, and still really not have your shit together at all. When you're starting things, it's very common to focus on the wrong things. And I know people that I refer to myself as a recovering perfectionist. And I know people that are, ready, aim people. And part of the challenge, I think, for a lot of people of getting in that place of I need to make sure all of these things are completely correct and accurate and perfect to move forward is that they never move forward.
And you're right, they should, but they better learn along the way.
Right.
You better be
fail
learning.
and learn.
Yeah, fail, learn. I used to joke I graduated from FLFLS University. Fail, learn, succeed.
I like it.
Because I failed a lot.
Yeah, I like it.